know, it's therapeutic to have a good laugh every now and then, and sometimes that's the only way to deal with certain situations. The Legal Information Network for Cancer, or LINC, is hosting its annual Here's Laughing at You Cancer comedy show next week, giving cancer patients and their families a chance to put cancer in its place. Here today to fill us in on Tuesday night's event, our Executive Director of LINC, Denise Kranich, along with LINC's founder, Ann Hodges, and Keisha Harris, a cancer survivor. Good morning, ladies. Good to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
This is a wonderful annual event, Denise, that you do, and it's a way to kind of really just laugh in the face of cancer.
We were talking about that earlier. I mean, you've got to find some joys in it. I mean, normally you get a cancer diagnosis, it's pretty sad. You're probably going to cry. So now what we're trying to do is to make you laugh a little. We all know laughter's the best medicine, so that's what we're trying to do.
And it's a wonderful event. It's got its legs now. You've done this for several years.
Yes.
And what's the main event this year, so to speak?
Well, it's kind of the same thing. What we do is we feature 4 cancer survivors. There are 2 of them here today with us, and they tell a little story. It doesn't have to be funny, so I'm not worried about that. They don't have to be funny because the Coalition Theater comes on after them, and they make whatever they said funny. So they're a great improv group. So it's a really great event, and we usually have about 3/4 of the audience are cancer survivors or their families. But again, it's open to everyone because everybody needs to laugh a little bit. So it's a comedy show. It's at the Funny Bone. So it's Tuesday night. We hope everybody will come out and see us.
And hopefully it won't be that nervous laughter, because sometimes people are so afraid. It's like, am I supposed to laugh at this?
Yes.
Is this supposed to be funny?
Yes.
Well, this is supposed to be funny.
It's supposed to be funny. So laugh away. You're going to feel a whole lot better. We need some laughing these days.
Yes, we do. Well, and this whole thing with LINC goes back to you. You're one of the founders of the organization about 20 years ago.
Yes, it's LINC's 20th anniversary this year, and we're very excited that LINC has survived and thrived for 20 years, and it's been a great honor and a privilege to be a part of the organization for all of this time, and to be one of the founders along with Phyllis Katz, who conceived of the idea and came to me over 20 years ago, and some other folks. And it's a way to kind of take control of cancer and to give back and to help folks who really have difficult issues that arise along with cancer that often people don't think about until the cancer actually hits them and they realize that this is not only a medical issue. There are other things that come along with it that are difficult as well.
You help fill the gaps for them.
Absolutely.
It's a wonderful thing. And Keisha, for you, this is an opportunity to kind of extend what you've been doing since your cancer diagnosis 3 years ago. You're now a motivational speaker, you're now an author, and you want people to know your story. Kind of in a nutshell, tell us your story.
Well, in 2012, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer. I went through the treatment and was rather successful. And I found out that the treatment actually made me more sicker than I was initially. And so with the treatment, I actually was diagnosed terminally ill. And to imagine what you're dealing with a terminal diagnosis, and to have other things like your insurance or your work or something like that to have to come into play where you have to now battle both of these things, I was really excited to be able to get in touch with LINC, and they've helped me. I've watched how they've helped several other people, so I'm really excited to be able to participate. And I'm happy to say that 2017 will be my 5-year anniversary of survivorship, and I'm cancer-free and medication-free.
For you, you were given a terminal diagnosis. How did you mentally get past that and stick to the treatment that you needed?
I think a positive attitude is really a major part of your success in being a survivor. But I had a great group of mental people that kept me on track, and I did actually a lot of laughing, which probably was more like the nervous laughter that when you're laying in the bed, for instance, my doctors told me I had 2 to 6 weeks to live. And on the 6th week, the last day was April 1st. So when the doctor comes in and says, you know, how are you feeling today? I'm like, April Fools. That's, you know, you have to have that light-hearted and laugh whenever you can.
And you're going to be one of the speakers at the show next week. Are you going to try to infuse some of that humor in there?
I'm going to try. My story actually does have some funny things that you wouldn't want normally to be funny, but when you're in this situation where everything is sad, you'd be surprised what becomes funny to you. So.
And this is meant to be an uplifting evening.
It is,
Oh, yes.
it is. And it's a fundraiser for Link, okay? We're trying to raise money. We are a nonprofit, so any time that you come, it's very inexpensive too. It's $20 in advance, $25 at the door, and it's $15 for cancer survivors, and of course $15 for students. And I mean, you're 5 years, be 5 years. I'm a 10-year cancer survivor. And
24 years.
So all of
That's
us are,
amazing.
so you know there's life beyond cancer, and we want to make you laugh.
Well, thank you so much. Link's Here's Laughing at You Cancer is Tuesday, November 15th, this coming Tuesday at the Richmond Funny Bone in Short Pump. Doors open at 6. We'll post a link to all the details on our show website at WTVR.com/VTM.